slaying people off. It's a lot harder when you know that their faces, their family, their friends. I didn't really know that. We got rid of like a lot of finance, business, people that were there. I mean, the company switched goals overnight. Like just overnight, it went from Penn, build this huge pipeline, gambling, to a totally different company. So a lot of people had to go.
Because they could be cool losing $12 million a year as long as it was generating 20 in gambling.
It's a rounding error.
Yeah.
It's a rounding error.
I don't think people realize how much money these fucking gambling institutions make.
And how much they're spending on advertising. We're their marketing budget. Yeah. So it's just a totally different way that you're running the business now. So yeah, that it still sucks.
Scary at all? Like going into it and going, okay, we need 12 million to get in the black.
Right.
Scary at all for you?
No.
No.
I knew all the books. I looked at it, and I've made enough money. So like, if I had to cover that myself for as long as I did, I was very comfortable doing that.
Got it.
Like that wasn't, and I didn't buy the company to make money. I've said that a million times. I've made my money.
Yeah.
Would I like to buy a sports team? Yeah. Am I ever gonna be there? No. So it's like, what's the difference?
Wait, why not?
Oh, you need some. I don't want to be like a dick 1% owner. I'm gonna like to be like a B. The business isn't a B business unless there's an idea I haven't thought of yet.
So if you get into the Bs, the first purchase would be sports team.
That's the only thing I can ever imagine being like, fuck, that would be awesome.
What do you think that you could access? Football is obviously almost impossible.
Impossible.
Hockey?
Yeah, I bet hockey's probably the most logical. My least of the favorite.
That's the tricky thing.
But I don't know what they think. Like football, definitely not. Baseball, I guess no. Basketball, there's some young dudes like, you know, the Itchka, whatever. But I am controversial. You got to get approved. But I'm not even close to that. But that's the only thing I think left in my life where it's like.
I mean, yeah, you own a fucking horse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
multiple.
Just a question about the way in which you went about the layoffs. Would you have done it different? Because like I saw the clip of you coming into the office and just like berating everybody, like where the fuck is everybody, and calling everybody.
I like that.
Those all people stayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's like you come to the office, you talk about the employees like that, and then all these layoffs happen, and you didn't look the best.
Well, you got it reversed because the layoffs happened first. So I was yelling at the people for not appreciating their jobs after all these layoffs, and everyone's late to work.
So you fire everybody, and then these people who
after that.
No, not really. Most of them
None at all?
before.
Oh, okay.
Well, the layoffs, 90% of them happened like one day, right?
And then there was another wave of them.
No, there was like 4 people, and then I think all in one day, basically.
Oh, okay. But would you have gone about it differently?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're asking.
Like, because you call them like, hey, this is my family. We build a community. But then it's like you come in the office, it's like, fuck, where's everybody? You guys are all lazy. Fuck you. And then now you're fired. And
but none of those lazy fired people, the people I was yelling at, none of them got fired.
So what
You're talking about like I went into the content side when they didn't show up because we were going through layoffs, and it was more like, how the fuck don't you show up? And I'm pretty sure in the video, I'm like, after we just did fucking layoffs, you guys.
If there's one day to be early to
correct.
work, it's the day.
Got it. So
yeah,
that you show that you're grateful you still have your job.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And I was on like the content. So the way Barstool is essentially set up in New York, we have a second floor, which is almost all my content people. Third floor is the business side. That's really where, but like that was at like the people who've been with me for 10 to 15 years. I was yelling at them, which is like how I basically, when I was there a lot, talked to them anyways. But that, even though it seems like you're saying you may know how the layoffs went at my own company better than me, I'm pretty sure that was after.
So I just trying to get clarity. You know?
So this is an interesting thing also, where it's like, if you got guys that are there for like 15 years, right?
Yep.
We all grew up with a certain energy in a business.
Yep.
Like I like to yell.
I'm a huge yeller.
Yeah, it's great. I like to yell in front of people. I don't need to like bring one person to a different room.
Same.
Everybody can hear it because we're all going to hear it eventually.
Right.
So you might as well hear it from me.
And by the way, I let people yell back at me. I don't give a
Let's
fuck.
go. Let's dance.
Right.
Okay. I saw this like Jimmy Fallon shit. Did you see?
I did see it.
And the complaints about Fallon.
Yep. That shit makes me very nervous. And that made me kind of not now.
Can you explain just for anybody?
Yeah, so Fallon basically he all his employees, or not all, a few, were like, it's a toxic place to work.
Yeah.
We don't like him.
Yeah.
He's unpredictable. He yells.
He's nervous.
Yeah, it was a bunch of shit. Which anybody now could say that about me. If my employees want to do that, be like, my man, I remember we had a sales guy who I was at a Kentucky Derby and I was sitting next to a client. The client was drunk, out of control. I looked over at my sales guy and he's eating fucking shrimp cocktail. The next day, I'm like, you fat fuck. You're eating fucking shrimp cocktail when I'm in the fucking weeds screaming at him. I've had,
Oh my God.
You're babysitting this drunk client.
You want to talk about, we had, and this, you get canceled for this, but this is my personality. I don't mean, we had Biz Nasty, our hockey guy. He's awesome. Spitting chiclets. Biz brought in Chick-fil-A for the office one time. Everyone lined up. We ran out of Chick-fil-A. He brought enough for the office. I was like, who the fuck is taking double Chick-fil-A's before everybody gets one? I went up to this same sales guy who's a little bit on the bigger side. I was going